Hi guys, my name is Caitlin. I am your mindfulness messenger, and what I do is help support women who feel helpless, who feel stuck or feel trapped, and give them the tools to shift out of that so that they can create more relief and more freedom in their lives. So let's get to it. So today I wanted to talk about being feminine and how being feminine can actually empower you in today's world. That if you want to be more empowered, then become more feminine, not more masculine. In today's world, we run on very masculine traits. Masculine meaning like doing, a lot of going, a lot of action. These are actually really great qualities that help us push forward, that help us push forward when we don't want to, and also complete things throughout our life and throughout our day-to-day. So when we have an overemphasis on anything, really, it actually becomes kind of detrimental. A lot of those traits of going, of hustling can be romanticized and worshipped. I know in my experience, I definitely romanticized being more masculine and just working all day and working late into the night, waking up early. Whenever I felt the effects of that, it kind of made me want to do it more. I was addicted to that feeling of just pushing, my body not wanting to go and me wanting to go and doing it. And that was like the kick. Being more masculine and going, there's effects that you'll feel later in life. Burnout, physical effects, brain fog, stress, anxiety, heart palpitations that can further lead to other things. I want to talk more about being feminine and how that can help support you in your life and also empower you. What we're doing is when we're bringing feminine in, we're actually balancing our masculine. And so that when we do operate in the masculine, it feels good and it feels supportive, and when you do it, it's because you want to. It's not because of it sounds good, you're doing it on default, you're kind of addicted to that power that you feel when you keep going and going. So bringing the feminine is really balancing that and also having that awareness and balance in yourself, because every person has these feminine and masculine energies within them. And so when you create a balance between those, it's really just it feels so good. So I want to introduce you to the feminine. Feminine is really more being receptive. It's being more supportive. It's being more flowy. It's more operating in the feeling rather than the thinking. Feeling in the body rather than thinking in the brain. It's more about the process of things while things are happening, as opposed to the end result, as opposed to the outcome. When you start incorporating the feminine into your life, if you've been on masculine for a while, or that's your default, or you just really feel good in the masculine, it just supports you in what you do, being in the feminine can be really scary. I'm saying this because that was my experience. Being feminine to me, I had some things around it, some limiting beliefs and things that didn't really support me. But when I was operating in my feminine during the day when I first did it, it actually felt really passive and kind of slow. And, thinking about the process instead of the outcome scared the shit out of me. I don't want to feel into the process. I just want to think and think myself out of it and not feel myself out of it. But we need to feel. If this is the first time you're hearing this, I am honored to share this with you. Yes, we do need to feel, we can't just think our way out of things. We need to feel, and that could be really, really scary. That could be so fucking scary. Introducing the feminine into your life, just take it one activity at a time, 5 minutes, 1 minute, anything, and just slowly work your way up. Examples of being feminine in your life include attention to the food on your plate. I'm eating a peach or a fruit or something. When you bite into the fruit, just really tasting the taste of it and taking your time chewing it and noticing how it feels against your tongue and noticing how it feels in your hand, how it's super, super juicy and it could be all over your face. Taking the time really to feel all those sensations. Another example of being feminine in your life is is when you do the chores. You don't want to do them, but you have to do them, like most people may feel. And you're just kind of thinking about other things, or like during your chores, you're thinking, why the hell am I doing this? I wish I had more time. Instead of that, try this. Try enjoying your time while you're doing your chores. Yes, those thoughts can come, but just kind of put those on the back burner, or put those like in another space and try something else. If you're doing laundry, just like really feeling the towels and observing of like how like these are going to be washed and they're going to feel so good after. And like when you transfer them from the washer to the dryer, like how do they feel? What do they smell like? Air freshener or like clean laundry cotton like kind of smell. When you take them out of the dryer, like how do they feel so warm? So much more comfier than when you last had them. The process. This is an example of taking time through the process and not the end result. Another example, taking a compliment. Taking a compliment. This is so hard to do. I think for a lot of people, it can be really just brush it off, or like, oh, that's not true, you know, whatever. Taking a compliment is very feminine because you're receptive of it, and you take it in and you say thank you. You may want to like fill in the space or say something back to them. Before any of that, try just like taking it in and really feeling what they say, creating space around it. Instead of rushing into what you want to say next or what you're thinking of, just take that in first. Like, how does that feel? And it can be really scary because you're receiving a compliment and it feels really good, or you're surprised at like someone saying something good about you. Just take it in. Allow yourself to trust it. See how that feels. So, why will these feminine ways of being actually empower you in your life? For one, there's less control. You have less control over all the things in your life, and this can actually be a good thing. More control could create more anxiety, could create more stress. And when you lose that control a bit, when you back up a bit, you trust the process and you trust all the components in the situation and all the other people that are working, and you're really allowing the process to flow instead of you being godlike and kind of inputting your power in it to micromanage. Just allowing it to go. And that actually, trusting the process and allowing it to be, really takes a lot off your plate. Your body feels lighter, you feel more clear in your head. There's less anxiety, less stress, and a lot more relief and ease. Another way this will empower you in your life is receiving. Being more feminine, you're training your receiving muscle. When you actually receive someone's compliment or what someone is saying, or there's more quality and there's more depth in those relationships with those people. When you actually take it in and feel it, you're coming from a different place than when you were before. So really practicing that receiving skill will really empower you in your relationships. And not, these don't mean just like romantic relationships. I mean relationships with anyone, with your friends, with your family, with your coworkers, and just random people. Another example of how being feminine will empower your life is really stand back and witness the things around you. Take a step back and notice, like notice your roommates, notice your friends, or notice your partner, your significant other. You get to kind of lean back and observe more. This can create a wider sense of like a worldview, as opposed to kind of a tunnel vision of getting things done, or you're zeroed in on something. Taking a step back can really create relief and can really bring perspective into your life of where you're at, what you want more of, where you maybe need to take a change, where you can really feel that abundance that you have in your life already. The love, the care, the support, the quality, you get to integrate that all when you're observing. So these are the reasons why being feminine will really empower you in your life today, and why being feminine will empower you in every situation and every area of your life. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this gave you some awareness, gave you some clarity, and maybe inspired you to try out being more feminine. I have a free gift in the link below. It's a 6-minute meditation, so go ahead and try that out. Thank you again so much for watching, and take care.